I stood on my front porch, staring at the unfamiliar brass deadbolt where my key should have worked. Through the window, I could see my mother arranging flowers in my vase on my dining room table. I rang the doorbell of my own house. My sister Ashley opened the door, a moving box balanced on her hip. "Oh, hey Sam, come on in. Well, I guess it's our house now, so welcome home." She said it like a joke, like it was funny. "What's going on?" I asked, not moving from the porch. Mom appeared behind Ashley, wiping her hands on a dish towel, my dish towel. "Samantha, perfect timing. We need to discuss the new living arrangements. Ashley and I have moved in. This home belongs to all of us now. Family homes are shared, after all." I felt my phone in my pocket, my folder of documents in my messenger bag. The preparation ID done over the past 3 days after Mom's cryptic text, coming by with Ashley on Thursday. Need to discuss something important about the house. "Who changed the locks?" I asked calmly. "We did," Ashley said brightly. "Mom knows a locksmith. We figured it was better to have new locks anyway, fresh start for all of us living here together." "Move aside, please," I said. "I'm coming in." Mom blocked the doorway. "Actually, we need to set some ground rules first. This is a shared family space now, and this is my house," I interrupted. "Move. Our house," Mom corrected. "You bought it with family money. The down payment came from your inheritance from Grandma." "That was family money, which means this is family property." I pulled out my phone and made the first call. 911, what's your emergency? "I need to report a break-in and illegal occupation," I said clearly. "My address is 2847 Maple Street. My mother and sister have broken into my home, changed the locks, and are refusing to leave." "Ma'am, is this a domestic dispute?" the operator asked. "No, it's trespassing and breaking and entering," I said. "I own this property. They've illegally changed the locks and moved in without permission. I have the deed and mortgage documents with me." Mom's face went pale. "You're calling the police on us?" "Officers are en route," the operator said. "Please remain outside the property." I made my second call while Mom and Ashley stared at me in shock. "Jenkins and Associates," a receptionist answered. "This is Samantha Torres. I need to speak with attorney Robert Jenkins immediately." "Tell him it's the property situation we discussed. It's happening now." 30 seconds later, Robert's voice came on the line. "Sam, they're there?" "Changed the locks, moved in, claiming family property rights," I confirmed. "Police? Already called, en route." "Perfect. I'm 10 minutes away. Don't engage further." "I'll handle this." I ended the call and looked at my mother. "You have about 8 minutes before both the police and my attorney arrive. I strongly suggest you start moving your belongings back out." "Your attorney?" Ashley's confident smile faltered. "This is insane." "We're family. Family doesn't break into each other's homes," I replied. A moving truck was parked in my driveway. They'd really committed to this. I could see more boxes through the window, furniture rearranged, pictures on the walls that weren't there this morning. "You're overreacting," Mom said, but her voice shook. "The down payment for this house came from your inheritance. Grandma left that money to all of us." "No," I interrupted. "Grandma left $60,000 to me, $60,000 to Ashley, and $60,000 to you. 3 separate inheritances. I used mine as a down payment on this house. Ashley used hers on a car and vacation. You used yours to remodel your kitchen?" "My inheritance, my choice, my house." "But it was family money," Mom insisted. "It was my money," I corrected. And even if it weren't, silence. Sirens approached. 2 patrol cars pulled into my driveway, followed immediately by Robert's silver sedan. Officer Davidson got out first.
He was a tall man in his 40s who'd taken the report when my car was stolen 2 years ago. "Miss Torres, you called about a break-in?" "Yes, officer."
"My mother and sister have illegally entered my home, changed the locks, and are refusing to leave. I have documentation proving ownership." Robert joined us, carrying his briefcase. "Officer Davidson, I'm Robert Jenkins, Miss Torres' attorney. This is a clear case of criminal trespass and breaking and entering." He pulled out documents. "This is the property deed showing sole ownership by Samantha Torres. This is the mortgage statement showing she's the only borrower. This is the homeowner's insurance policy in her name only. And this is a documented timeline showing she left for work this morning at 7:45 a.m. with full access to her home and returned at 5:30 p.m. to find the locks changed and her mother and sister occupying the property. Officer Davidson reviewed the documents, then looked at Mom and Ashley. Ma'am, do you have any documentation showing you have legal right to be in this property? We're family, Mom said desperately. She used inheritance money for the down payment. That makes it family property. Do you have any legal documents supporting that claim? Officer Davidson asked. A deed with your name? A lease agreement? Any written contract? No, but then you're trespassing, Officer Davidson said.
He turned to his partner. Officer Kim, call for additional units.
We're going to need help securing this scene. Robert pulled out another document. Officer, I should also mention 3 days ago, Miss Torres received a text message from her mother saying they needed to discuss something important about the house. Miss Torres immediately consulted with me, and we prepared for this exact scenario. We have the text message, and we have a notarized statement from the locksmith company showing they were hired this morning by someone claiming to be the homeowner but who could not provide identification or proof of ownership. You set us up, Ashley said, her eyes widening. You knew we were coming. I suspected you were planning something, I corrected. When Mom texted about discussing the house, I did what any reasonable person would do. I consulted an attorney and documented my ownership. 2 more police cars arrived. Officer Davidson spoke into his radio, then addressed my mother and sister. You have 2 choices. Leave voluntarily right now or be arrested for criminal trespass and breaking and entering. We have nowhere to go, Mom said, starting to cry. We gave up our apartment to move in here. I stared at her. You gave up your apartment? Mom, you own a house. The one you've lived in for 30 years. We sold it, Ashley said quietly. Last month. Mom wanted to downsize, and we figured we'd all live here together. It made sense. You have all this space and you're single. We're family. Family lives together. My blood ran cold. You sold your house and planned to just...
Take mine. Share it, Mom corrected. We were going to share.
That's what family does. Robert's expression was ice. Officer Davidson, I want to add conspiracy to commit fraud to the charges. They sold their own property with the premeditated intent to steal my client's home. That's not what happened. Mom protested. Really? Robert pulled out his phone. Because I have a recording of a conversation I had with a real estate agent yesterday. After Miss Torres told me about your text, I did some investigating. Your agent mentioned you told her you were moving in with family and that you wouldn't need your house anymore because your daughter was giving you hers. That's premeditation. Mom's lawyer, wait, did they have a lawyer? I scanned the street. No one else had arrived. You sold your house without even confirming I'd let you move in, I said slowly. You just assumed? We're family, Mom repeated weakly. You're supposed to take care of us. I'm supposed to let you steal my house? My voice rose despite my best efforts to stay calm. You didn't ask. You didn't discuss it. You just decided you were entitled to my property and made it happen. Officer Davidson pulled out handcuffs. Ladies, I'm going to ask you one more time. Leave voluntarily or you're under arrest. Where are we supposed to go? Ashley demanded. We don't have anywhere. That's not Miss Torres's problem, Robert said coldly. You created this situation by attempting to steal her property. You'll need to find a hotel or a temporary housing like anyone else who commits a crime and faces consequences. This is ridiculous, a new voice said. My Uncle Frank appeared from inside the house. You're really going to have your own mother arrested? Uncle Frank? I said, shocked. You're part of this? Someone needed to help them move in, Frank said. And someone needed to talk sense into you. This house is too big for one person. Your mother and sister need it more than you do. Robert held up his phone. Sir, you just admitted on camera to participating in this break-in. Officer Davidson, I believe that's 3 people who need to be arrested. Frank's confident expression evaporated. Now, wait a minute. You helped them break into my house, I said, my voice shaking with anger. You helped them change my locks. You participated in an attempt to steal my property. What did you think would happen? Officer Kim returned with 2 more officers. We've secured the perimeter. No one else is inside. Good, Officer Davidson said. He looked at Mom, Ashley, and Frank. Last chance. Leave now, or you're all under arrest. They looked at each other. And me. At the police officers surrounding my house. Mom started to cry harder. Please, Samantha, we're your family. You can't do this to us. You did this to yourselves, I said. You broke into my house. Officer, I want to press full charges. They were arrested. All 3 of them. Handcuffed, read their rights, loaded into patrol cars while neighbors came out to watch. Mrs. Patterson from next door approached me. Samantha, honey, are you okay? We saw people moving in this morning and thought you'd gotten roommates. They broke in, I said numbly. They changed my locks and tried to steal my house. Mrs. Patterson's expression hardened. Your own mother did that? All 3 of them conspired to do it, Robert interjected. Mrs. Patterson, did you see them enter the property this morning? I saw a moving truck around 9 a.m., she confirmed. I thought it was strange that Sam wasn't here, but I figured she'd given them keys. Would you be willing to provide a statement to that effect? Robert asked. Absolutely, Mrs. Patterson said firmly. Over the next 2 hours, Robert and I worked with the police to document everything, the changed locks, the moved furniture, the boxes of Mom and Ashley's belongings scattered throughout my house, pictures of Uncle Frank's truck in my driveway from Mrs. Patterson's security camera. This is one of the most brazen property theft attempts I've seen, Officer Davidson said as he completed his report. They didn't just break in, they planned this for weeks. Sold their house, hired movers, arranged for locks to be changed. This is serious premeditated crime. What happens now? I asked. They'll be arraigned tomorrow, Robert said. They'll likely post bail, but they'll be charged with breaking the weight of it hit me, my mother, my sister, my uncle, in jail because they'd tried to steal my house. Are you okay? Robert asked gently. No, I said honestly. But I'm not going to let them steal from me just because we're related. The locksmith Miguel arrived at 8 p.m. He was apologetic and professional. Miss Torres, I'm so sorry. The woman who called said she was the homeowner and had lost her keys. I should have asked more questions. It's not your fault, I said tiredly. They lied to you.
He changed every lock in the house.
Front door, back door, garage, even the windows. No charge, he said. This is on me for not verifying. I'll pay you, I insisted. You were deceived. That's not your fault. He finally accepted payment but gave me a substantial discount. By midnight, my house was secure again. Robert had gone home. The police had finished their investigation. I was alone in my house that someone had tried to steal. I walked through each room, seeing the evidence of their invasion. Mom's sweater draped over my couch. Ashley's shoes by the door. Uncle Frank's coffee mug on my kitchen counter. I gathered everything that belonged to them and put it in boxes on the front porch. Tomorrow they could arrange to pick it up, or not. I didn't care. The arraignment was at 10 a.m. I attended with Robert. Mom, Ashley, and Frank all pleaded not guilty. Their public defender tried to argue it was a family misunderstanding. The prosecutor, a sharp woman named Linda Martinez, was having none of it. Your Honor, this was a calculated crime. The defendants sold their own property, hired movers, changed the locks on the victim's home, and attempted to establish permanent residency. This isn't a misunderstanding. This is property theft. Bail was set at $50,000 each. They posted it by noon. Apparently, Uncle Frank had money I didn't know about. Over the next month, the case built against them. The real estate records showing Mom sold her house 2 weeks before the break-in. Text messages between Ashley and Frank discussing the plan, the locksmith's statement, Mrs. Patterson's security footage. Their attorney tried to negotiate. My clients are willing to apologize and pay for the locksmith fees. Can we resolve this without felony charges? No, Robert said flatly. They attempted to steal a $380,000 house. They planned it, executed it, and only stopped when police intervened. This isn't something you apologize away, Linda Martinez agreed. We're not negotiating. They committed serious crimes. If they want leniency, they'll need to plead guilty and accept the consequences. 6 weeks after the break-in, they took a plea deal. All three pleaded guilty to attempted theft and criminal trespass. The judge sentenced them to 2 years probation, 500 hours of community service, and ordered them to pay $15,000 in restitution for my legal fees, locksmith costs, and damages. They were also forbidden from contacting me for the duration of their probation. At sentencing, the judge looked at my mother with clear disapproval. "Mrs. Torres, you raised your daughter and then tried to steal her home. That's not family. That's criminal." "You should be ashamed," Mom cried. Ashley stared at the floor. Uncle Frank looked angry. I felt nothing but relief. 3 months after the break-in, I finally felt safe in my house again. New locks, security cameras, a restraining order, and the knowledge that they couldn't touch me. I got a letter from Mom, sent through Robert's office to avoid violating the restraining order. "Samantha, I know I have no right to ask for forgiveness. What we did was wrong. I convinced myself that because I'm your mother, I had some claim to your success. I was wrong. I'm staying with Frank. Ashley is renting a room somewhere. We lost everything because I thought I was entitled to yours. I'm not asking to fix this. I just wanted you to know I finally understand what I did." Mom, I read the letter 3 times, then I filed it away. Maybe someday I'd forgive her. But that day wasn't today. They'd said family homes are shared. That my house belonged to all of us. That using inheritance for a down payment made it family property. I'd shown them the deed. The one with my name. The one backed by $180,000 of my money in down payment and mortgage payments. I'd shown them the police, the attorney. The legal system that does and care about your feelings of entitlement when you break into someone else's house. They tried to steal my home because they believed being family gave them rights to everything I had. They'd learned that family doesn't mean ownership. It means respect, and they'd lost both. My house was mine. Paid for with my money. Protected by my boundaries. Secured by locks they'd never have keys to again. And I never felt more at home,